Today, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind, and I suspect on yours too, the grocery bill. It feels like every trip to the store is a fresh encounter with higher numbers at the checkout. The truth is, there's no end in sight for the rising cost of food. This isn't just a feeling, it's a reality shaped by global events, economic shifts, and policy decisions. We're already navigating the complex aftermath of post-pandemic inflation. Now we're facing another potential surge with President Donald Trump's tariffs against Canada and Mexico. This isn't about abstract economic theory, it's about the very real possibility of our food budgets needing to expand even further. Canada and Mexico are the top two suppliers of food and beverages. Prices will likely change quickly once tariffs are implemented. Think about that. Our two closest neighbors are integral to what we eat every day. When new costs are introduced into that trade relationship, it's almost inevitable that we, the consumers, will feel it. It's a complex web, and a tug on one strand can send vibrations throughout the entire system. Understanding these connections helps us make more informed choices as consumers. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, where possible. So, let's delve into some specifics. Let's start with a category that often represents a significant portion of many people's food spending: meat and seafood. More than half of fresh red meat imported to the U.S. comes from Canada. Canada also plays a crucial role in supplying the U.S. with poultry and prepared meats. The impact of tariffs won't be confined to a single type of meat product. It could be quite widespread. Canada is a significant supplier of seafood, particularly shellfish. The ripple effects of tariffs could extend from the butcher counter to the seafood section. Given these potential price increases, the idea of stocking up might cross your mind. Proper storage is paramount to avoid waste and ensure safety. Use airtight food storage bags to preserve quality and prevent freezer burn. Store items in the back of the freezer where the temperature is more stable. Properly stored meat and seafood will last for 3 to 6 months. Label your packages with the date you froze them. Vacuum-sealed products often fare better for longer-term storage. Denser cuts or larger roasts might hold up better over time than smaller pieces. Cured meats also often have a longer freezer life. This isn't just about hoarding, it's about smart planning in the face of economic uncertainty. If prices are likely to rise, then buying a bit extra now and storing it correctly is a rational response. It's a way to mitigate future cost increases. The interconnectedness of our food systems means that decisions made far away can directly impact us. Understanding these connections helps us manage our resources better. It's about navigating a complex world with more awareness and preparedness. Our grocery lists are, in many ways, global documents. The journey of that food to our plate is often long and complex. Being mindful of that journey helps us make more informed choices. It's about being proactive rather than reactive. So as we consider the implications for meat and seafood, it's a reminder that our grocery lists are global documents. The journey of that food to our plate is often long and complex. Let's start with a category that often represents a significant portion of many people's food spending: meat and seafood. More than half of fresh red meat imported to the U.S. comes from Canada. Canada also plays a crucial role in supplying the U.S. with poultry and prepared meats. Canada is a significant supplier of seafood, particularly shellfish. Given these potential price increases, the idea of stocking up might cross your mind. Proper storage is paramount to avoid waste and ensure safety. Use airtight food storage bags to preserve quality and prevent freezer burn. Properly stored meat and seafood will last for 3 to 6 months. Label your packages with the date you froze them. Vacuum-sealed products often fare better for longer-term storage. If prices are likely to rise, then buying a bit extra now and storing it correctly is a rational response. It's a way to mitigate future cost increases. The interconnectedness of our food systems means that decisions made far away can directly impact us. Understanding these connections helps us manage our resources better. It's about navigating a complex world with more awareness and preparedness. Our grocery lists are in many ways global documents. The journey of that food to our plate is often long and complex. Moving on from meats and seafood, let's talk about nuts. They're a fantastic source of healthy fats, protein, and fiber. Mexico is the second largest exporter of nuts to America, The impact isn't just on whole nuts but also on ground nuts like almond flour. For individuals who rely on these for dietary reasons, any price increase could be particularly challenging. If you're a fan of nuts and you're thinking about the possibility of rising prices, what are your storage options? Nuts can be stored in unopened product bags or airtight freezer bags. The key is minimizing exposure to air and moisture. The recommended location for long-term storage of nuts is in the freezer. This can extend their freshness for up to a year. The cold temperature of the freezer helps to prevent the oils in nuts from going rancid. This isn't just about saving money, it's also about ensuring you have access to healthy, nutrient-dense foods. Portioning them out into smaller, airtight freezer bags is a good practice. Labeling with the date is also recommended. The freezer becomes your ally in preserving not just their taste and texture, but also their nutritional value. The humble nut becomes a small but significant player in our personal economic strategies. Let's shift our focus to another category of food that offers incredible nutritional value, versatility, and excellent storage potential: canned and dried legumes. We're talking about beans, lentils, chickpeas, the unsung heroes of the pantry. Canned legumes can be stored in a cool, dry place for up to 2 to 5 years. This means you can purchase these items well in advance and have them readily available for a very long time. The convenience of canned legumes is undeniable. They are pre-cooked and ready to use, making them perfect for quick weeknight dinners. Having a variety of canned beans and lentils on hand opens up a world of culinary possibilities. Dry beans can also be stored in the pantry and will last for about 1 or 2 years. While they require a bit more preparation, dried beans are often even more economical than their canned counterparts. The storage for dried beans is similar to canned goods. A cool, dry, dark place is ideal. An airtight container is recommended once the original packaging is opened. The beauty of legumes lies not just in their longevity, but also in their nutritional profile. They are packed with protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Stocking up on legumes is, in essence, stocking up on good health. Consider the versatility: black beans for tacos, chickpeas for hummus, lentils for soups. Having a well-stocked supply of these pantry staples means you're never far from a nutritious and satisfying meal. In times of economic uncertainty, having a robust supply of affordable and long-lasting staples like legumes can take a lot of pressure off the food budget. The act of stocking a pantry with items like canned and dried legumes is a practice that has served humanity well for centuries. Legumes are true champions, offering an unbeatable combination of nutrition, affordability, versatility, and longevity. Now let's turn our attention to something that adds sweetness, vibrancy, and essential vitamins to our diet's fruits. Mexico is the largest exporter of fruit to America. In 2023 alone, more than $11 billion of fruit was imported to the U.S. from Mexico. This includes avocados, berries, tomatoes, mangoes, limes, and more. When a trading relationship of this magnitude faces new tariffs, the potential for price increases is significant. If the cost of importing these fruits goes up, those costs will likely be passed down to consumers. The thought of these fresh, healthy foods becoming more expensive is disheartening. Fruits are crucial for a balanced diet, providing vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. Any barrier to their affordability can have public health implications. Stocking up in the traditional sense is trickier with fruits. However, there are still strategies. One is to buy in season from local sources when possible. Another approach is preservation. Many fruits can be frozen, canned, or dried at home. Berries freeze beautifully and can be used in smoothies, baking, or sauces. Peaches, mangoes, and pineapples can also be frozen or canned. Making jams or fruit leathers is another way to preserve a bounty. Consider the fruits you consume most regularly that are likely to be imported from Mexico. Avocados don't freeze well whole, but their pulp can be mashed with lime juice and frozen. Limes can be juiced, and the juice frozen in ice cube trays. It's about getting creative and understanding the preservation potential of different types of fruit. Finally, let's dig into vegetables, another cornerstone of a healthy diet. Both Canada and Mexico play a big role in vegetable exports. The combined scale of this vegetable trade is immense. We're looking at a combined $14 billion in vegetable exports to America. This includes tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, lettuce, broccoli, onions, carrots, and more. Canada is a key supplier of many vegetables, particularly during colder months. Mexico provides a huge array of warm-weather vegetables and extends the seasons for many others. Tariffs affecting trade with both countries could have a widespread impact on the vegetable section of the grocery store. The implications of price increases in vegetables are similar to those for fruits. These are nutrient-dense foods, essential for good health. If they become more expensive, it can disproportionately affect lower-income households. Some hardier vegetables like onions, potatoes, winter squash, and carrots can last for several weeks or even months if stored properly. For more perishable vegetables, freezing is often the best long-term preservation method. Many vegetables freeze well after a quick blanching process. Canning is another traditional method for preserving vegetables. The $14 billion figure underscores the sheer volume and economic importance of these vegetable imports. Tariffs introduce a significant new cost into this chain. This situation might encourage a renewed interest in local food systems, community-supported agriculture, CSAs, and home gardening. While these can't replace the scale of international trade, they can offer supplemental sources of fresh produce. Ultimately, the story of our vegetable supply is one of interdependence. Being aware, planning ahead, and exploring preservation techniques can help us navigate these potential changes more effectively. So, after exploring all these categories, from meat and seafood to nuts, legumes, fruits, and vegetables, and considering the potential impact of these new tariffs, it's natural to feel a bit concerned. The prospect of already high food prices climbing further is not a welcome one for any of us. The key difference is that this isn't about a sudden, acute shortage of a specific item, but rather a broader, more sustained pressure on affordability across many food categories. Therefore, the approach isn't necessarily about panic buying, but about thoughtful preparation. Here are some foods you should be prepared to stock up on before tariffs lead to price increases and how to properly store them. We've discussed many of these today: freezing meats and certain produce, utilizing the long shelf life of canned and dried goods, and understanding the best storage for nuts. It's about being strategic. This isn't just about saving a few dollars, though that is certainly a valid and important goal for many. It's also about ensuring continued access to nutritious food for ourselves and our families. It's about building a little bit of resilience into our household budgets and our pantries. By understanding the potential impacts and learning effective storage techniques, we can take proactive steps to mitigate some of the financial strain and maintain the quality of our diets. It's a small act of empowerment in a complex economic landscape. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and DFTBA. Thank you for watching.